viral thing. Already people photographing. I'm at Ocean Beach, and happy Easter. Happy 420. And I brought my lunch. I went to Coda. I was going to go to I think it's First United Methodist Church of Ramona, but I think I'm going to go there next Sunday because Easter's kind of a crazy day to go to church because it's like crazy busy on Easter, right? So I decided to go to Coda at Lestat's, the coffee house. And what's unfortunate is I was like so prepared. I got my fork and I wrapped it in these napkins and I put it in this bag from my gift from my friend Pam was in this bag. And I don't know that I dropped the fork somewhere. I went to the restroom and I can't find my fork. And I got my chicken and rice, and I'm gonna have to eat it with my hands. But thankfully I got a towel here and everything. I got a drink. It's not cold anymore, but that's okay. I don't really care about that, but I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to my fork. It's my first meal of the day, so I'm hungry. I wanted to talk. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me okay. I probably will edit this video. So I made this really good chicken and rice. I ate it on my live Friday too. It has sun-dried tomatoes in it, rice, chicken, green beans. And I have to eat with my fingers because I don't know where I dropped my fork. Last night Ian got these carrot cake cookies that are good, and I bought myself one of those. But I wanted to talk about my journey here. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is where I wanted to come all along. This is where I wanted to be all along. And I didn't have any family to support me coming here, and now, as if by accident, but I don't think it was an accident, as if by accident, Ian landed here like 18 days after I was here. And I was like, at first like, what the heck, you copycat? I knew you were gonna follow me here, but I didn't expect you to follow me here right now. I felt like not ready, and well, it's a long story. I wasn't entirely close that Ian followed me here at first. I wasn't, but I am now, and I can see that it was God's plan. I feel like it was just like the universe leading me here where I wanted to be. So in 2020, when I left Georgia, so to recap, I had this plan to sell my house in Georgia, leave Georgia because my ex was never treating me right, turned my kids against me, especially my 3 kids that were in Georgia were treating me like crap. And so I wanted to get out of Georgia, and he thought I would just stay there in the house. The house was paid for. The house was paid for. The house had just gotten paid for in 2019. And then I had them transfer it to my name because I got it in the divorce. And my plan was to sell it and pay off my debt and buy an RV to travel around the country in, and eventually go back to California. That was in my plan from the beginning. But y'all know what happened in 2020. The pandemic hit, and I thought, oh no, I was in such a bad depression in 2019 because my 3 daughters weren't speaking to me, and one of my children has issues that we're still trying to deal with, and just so many things. And I was mad about so many things in 2019. I was mad about the date rape. I was mad about my book being stolen, my What Elephant book being stolen by Page Publishing. I was mad about my daughters, mostly. I was mad and hurt. And that's why I turned away from God in 2019. I might eat while I'm talking. But I'll probably edit this video maybe. I wanted to do it with the waves behind me. So I was able to sell my house, pay off my debt, and get out of Georgia in the middle of the pandemic. I went up to St. Louis area where my friend Gladys was. I registered there. I registered there to vote. When I bought my RV, I registered my RV there. My car was still registered in Georgia. I got an Illinois driver's license because we were on the Illinois side of St. Louis. We were in Belleville, Illinois, actually. So, funny story. I first got my driver's license in Florida, South Florida. South Florida, we moved across the country in 1979, my family, and me and my youngest sibling. I'm the youngest of 7. So all my family has been out here in California, but we moved across the country, Boca Raton, and that's where I met my ex. And I lived in South Florida from 79 to 1988. Got married in South Florida. Got my driver's license in South Florida. Got my driver's license in Georgia. Got my driver's license in Illinois. Got my driver's license in Colorado. And now, find out to get a California driver's license, if you're new to the state, you have to take a test, and I failed the test. You guys, I failed my driver's test. I didn't know I had to take a test. So I'm retaking it tomorrow. That's another funny story. But anyway, I just feel like the universe led us here, let my son to be here, and it's pretty cool. But in 2020, when I left St. Louis in my RV, I bought my RV there, registered my RV there, got my driver's license, voted the first time for a Democratic president, Biden. Then ended up at my brother's. My sister-in-law, who I was very close to, closer than to my brother, was dying of breast cancer. And my brother was very upset, of course, because his wife was dying. But he also was very upset because his candidate had, well, I don't know if he believes he lost or not, but he lost. His candidate lost. So that was an interesting time, but I really felt honored to be there when my sister-in-law passed. I was there for a month, spent the last month of her life with her. We were very close. Like I said, closer than I was to my brother. And she passed on January 9th, 2021. So, and then I left Southern California, and I was thinking, I was waiting on the money from my dad too. My dad had passed, and this is like, nothing is by chance. Everything happens for a reason. So my dad passed away, and he was out here in California. My dad's a native Californian like I am, and I had to look that up to be sure, because I was 32 years in Georgia, but landlocked. I needed this. I needed the ocean. I feel like it's in our blood or something. It's in our blood. To be near water, to be near the ocean, especially. Because my dad was born in San Francisco in 1928. My mom was born on the Philippine Islands in 1929. So I started writing a poem about that. I need to finish it. But anyways, yeah, happy 420, happy Easter. I can smell it in the air. his own. To each his own. So, but so my dad passed away on September 21st, 2020. The night before I left Georgia. I left Georgia on September 22nd, 2020. So anyways, that's just some of my journey. How I ended up here. And I am a little bit away from Ramona, but it's worth it. I'm not too far from the beach. Maybe someday we'll get a place closer to the beach, but for now, I'm loving Ramona. Ramona is beautiful also. I'm going live every Monday and Friday at noon from my tiny house in Ramona. So that's how I feel, you guys, about the universe reading here. I went to, there was a little Buddhist shop where they teach meditation, and because I had to park so far away from the Sats coffee shop, I saw this little shop and I went in there and I loved it. It was great. I talked to Valerie for like a long time and like I'm no longer that dogmatic, you have to believe like me person, like the MAGA people are, just to be honest and forthright. But yeah, I talk about religion, I talk about politics on my channel because these are important subjects to everybody. We can't be afraid to talk about the elephant in the room, like my poem, What Elephant? We can't be afraid to talk about these topics. They're important. We should talk about them. Everybody should have a spiritual practice, I feel like. And I feel like God is real, and He's been leading me even when I was so mad at Him in 2019. Little spider. Got a little buggy on me. Even when I was so mad at Him in 2020, and 2019 and 2020 when I left Georgia, I know He was leading me, and I knew He was leading me here when I came here, and then I was like, what is going on with Ian? And he's like, yeah, I was headed down there too. And I'm like, what? You were not. You were not. But anyway, he was. I thought he would like it here. He said he wanted to move somewhere warmer. Bend and Denver are pretty cold. Still pretty cold. A friend in Denver sent me a text yesterday, and it was a tree covered with snow. Happy Easter. No snow here. I could go in the water today. I did bring my bathing suit to the beach. I miraculously found a parking spot like right over there, which was miraculous because it's crazy today, and I couldn't even find a parking spot at the Stats, so that was pretty crazy. But I better end this because I don't know if I'll be able to edit it because it's so long. But thank you for watching. That's my story. I'm so happy to be here. Don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you.